Everybody, good morning. It is now 11 o'clock in the morning. How do you do, guys? I am transmitting from an unclassified area. What do you call it? Undisclosed. In other words, I cannot tell you where I'm at. I'm not in Texas. I'm somewhere else now, very far away. And what I want to share is something that needs to be shared. It needs to be addressed. It needs to come to the light. And it's a little thing. It's not a big thing. It's not a political thing. I'm not going to get into politics because I don't want to get into that right now. I'm not ready for that. But what I'm trying to say is that, I work at this company, I work at this company, and to tell you the honest truth, I work for AutoZone, okay, AutoZone, and I'm not here to talk about bad about my company. I'm not here to bad mouth my company. I'm not here to say anything bad about it. It's just about something else that happened in my job. I met this lady. She walks in, a Mexican lady from the valley. Valley means McAllen, all that area, 5 hours from here. And this lady, she walks in, and I don't know what happened. I sort of got a little bit distracted with her, in the sense that I said, why did I meet this woman? Why did she come into my job? How did we met in the most unusual situation? And what happened that she told me that she was gonna go for a walk. She was gonna walk to Walmart, like 2 miles down the road, a mile and a half. And I told her, if you want me to, I would accompany you if you want to. Because I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting out at 1 o'clock. I'm not doing nothing, I came in at 7:15 and I got out at 1 o'clock. So anyway, she came back and we took off. We walked. It was a very hot day. I should not have done it. But anyways, we went. And then at Walmart, she was going to pay for some items that she was going to buy. And then she said, oh no, I don't got any money. I got Cash App. And I said, what the hell? Anyway, I wound up paying for the items. It was like close to $30. Anyways, after that, she told me, hey, listen, I have a car, whatever, and I need oil, and I need this, I need that. And I said, all right, so come to my job and you could buy it. Turns around. She turns around, came in. That was the next day, I think it was. She came in with the same credit card, the same debit card, Cash App. Said, oh, I don't got any money, I got Cash App, I don't got money in my Cash App. And I said, oh, so you want me to pay for it? That's what you're saying. She said, oh, yeah, you could help me. So we bought some oil for the car, and I bought some other items, and then she took a soda on top of that. She didn't ask permission, like, can I get a soda? Just took it. We scanned it, I scanned it. It was $33, 30-something dollars. This is $60 now. Then she goes, then the next thing I hear is, hey, can you lend me $50? Can you lend me, I think it was 30. I said, what happened now? Oh, I need gas for my car. I said, oh, you need gas? Okay. But remember, before that, I paid for her spark plugs, oil, and some other stuff. So I wound up sending her $20. I said, listen, I can only do 20. Boom. She turned around a week later. I don't know how long was it. She was asking for, I don't know, I forgot how much was it. $53. It came out to 53. Everything came out to 53, around there. And then she went to the valley. She asked me, listen, I need some money. You know, I need for my rent. I need to catch up. I'm trying to get some money to pay my rent and stuff like that. I said, okay. How much you want? She said, oh, give me $60. I went, all right. So I turn around. You know, I'm sort of, at this time, I'm getting kind of pissed off because I said, you know, what the hell is this, bro? I don't mind helping people, but you know what really gets me pissed off? You know, I'm over here giving my money to this person I don't know from Adam and Eve, from the creation, remember? God made Adam and Eve, and then from there we all came out here. So I don't know her from that time, okay? Never met this woman in my life. I just met her in my job. So I gave her $80. I said, you know what? Take 80. She comes back again, asking for $30. I said, what you want? What you want? Yo, what is it now? Oh, I need money to eat. I said, oh, all right. So I said, listen, I cannot do this. I'm sorry. I cannot do this. I'm sorry. She turned around now, and I think it was this week. She sent me another text on WhatsApp asking for another $30. And I haven't answered because I'm not going to give it to her. What really gets me pissed off about this kind of people, you know, I'm trying to use my judgment over here. I'm trying to make sure that what I'm doing is okay with the Lord. You know, God in heaven, my Father, my Savior. I don't know if this person thinks, because I told her that I am retired. And on top of that, I treated her for lunch. And she took this particular plate without even asking permission. Listen, can I take this? It's this much. No, I want this. I went, okay. Anyway, it turns out, I must have spent like almost $100 and something on this woman. I don't know this woman. So she thinks, because I'm retired, this guy got her money. So she see her asking and asking and asking and asking. What really gets me pissed off is the fact that you don't even bring me a cup of coffee with a butter roll, some kind of snack. Not even a cup of freaking coffee from the store. You don't even invite me over to your house for a couple of tacos or something. But yeah, you're asking. It reminds me of this person in Staten Island. I was in Puerto Rico at that time. And my niece was hanging out with her. And every time they went out, she always forget her wallet. Every time they went out to eat, she forgot her wallet. She forgot her pocketbook, her wallet. And I said, what the hell? What is wrong with these people? They think everybody's stupid. Don't you know that by now you should be able to stop the BS and stop saying you forgot your wallet, you forgot your pocketbook, whatever? So my niece said, okay, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take only $20 from my name, and we're going to go free, and we're going to see what's going to happen. All of a sudden, she has money. Because my niece told her, listen, all I got is $20. She said, oh my God, man, yeah, I think I got something here, you know? These people that they got filthy money, they got tons of money, but they don't want to use it. They want to use yours. The other day I was at work, and this is not to talk bad about my company. This is, I'm showing you something so you could see how people really are. A man walked in. I think it was Friday. I came in at 7:15. I got there around 7 something. And I saw this big SUV, bad SUV, real nice, sitting outside in front of the store. I said, what the hell this guy's doing here? So anyway, my boss came and we opened the door. And then I went to the bathroom. I came back out and this guy is all dressed up. With a nice SUV. He works and everything. He works. Not that he's not unemployed. He works. He's a teacher or something like that. And those people, especially teachers, they make a lot of money. If you're a principal, you make tons of money. This guy comes and asks if we could give him a battery on the house. And I said, what the hell? And my boss said, listen, it's our policy, we cannot do that. And the guy was there, you know, pushing it. And I told him, I said, listen, if you want to, I gave him an answer. I gave him a solution. I said, listen, if you want to leave your SUV there, take out the battery, and we'll charge it the whole day and come back later after work. Take an Uber. He goes, oh, we didn't thought about that. Oh, so you do got money to get an Uber. Only cost you like $30. And that's to show you that a lot of people think a lot of people are stupid. And then what gets me so pissed off is another lady walks in. She works for DoorDash. She makes money, all that kind of stuff. She walks in and she didn't have enough money to buy a battery. I said, oh God, okay, all right. So she was stuck outside. She couldn't move. And I told my boss, what can we do? I said, I don't know. The thing is that out of the kindness of my heart, I bought her a battery. And I plugged it, I changed it, I swapped and everything. And I gave her a new battery on the house with my own money. I didn't took it from the shelf and pretend that it was mine. I bought it with my own money. I gave her one for a year. I think it was a year warranty. It was like I think it's a Econocraft, or I forgot what the heck was it. The thing was that she told me, oh man, I'm so happy, man, you know. I'll be back, and one of these days, you know, like I'll be back this week sometime. I don't know. I forgot what she said. I'm gonna bring you some lunch. I said, okay. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. She never came and gave me nothing. She didn't even came back and gave me something that she cooked at home. Some chile rellenos or tacos or cup of coffee, a sandwich, something. Nothing. It's been almost a month and I haven't heard from this woman. I texted her and said hi. Not one answer. The other day I sent something else again. Not one peep from this woman. So somebody told me, don't ever do that again. Because what's going to happen now, she's going to send her friends to your job so they can get a brand new, they can get a free battery. So now I have to be very careful that I don't do that again. I'm not going to do it again. Because if you're working for DoorDash, you got to be making tons of money. Because I used to make $500 a week doing DoorDash. At least between $300 to $500. Sometimes I used to push it to $700 a week doing DoorDash. And you're going to tell me that you don't got $100 to buy a freaking battery. I don't get it. You got to be careful. You know, just people, be careful out there. A lot of people, you got to have a lot of discernment and find out which is which, who is who. Because a lot of people, believe me, they got money and they don't want to spend it. They don't want to spend it. They want to spend yours. So just be on the lookout, people. That's what I'm saying.